Hello everyone, so today we are checking out the new Boss Katana amp. So what I have here with me is the Katana 100 head version. This comes in a combo version as well. There's a 50 watt, 100 watt and a 2x12. Now what's great about this amp, besides having 4 excellent amp models built in, there's also up to about 50 effects which you can access via USB cable into the Boss Tone Studios, and you can use up to 3 effects simultaneously, so there's 3 effects knobs there. So on the first knob you can either use a drive pedal or a modulation pedal. The second one can be a delay or some sort of effect pedal again, and the third knob is solely a reverb knob. On the head version, what is nice as well is there's a small speaker built into the front, so if you're going to be playing at home and you don't want to invest in a large cabinet, you can use the built-in speaker here. Or what you can do is you can use a pair of headphones to plug into the head. Besides plugging in a headphone, you can actually use the headphone jack as a recording out, and there's also a line out, a speak out, effects loop and a jack to fit in a foot switch. So with the foot switch you can access the 4 programmable channels you have on this amp, so you can set 4 different tones on this amp and switch them on the fly with a foot switch. There's also a knob to change the wattage of the amp, so you can go between 150, half a watt, and there's also a standby mode in that knob. So the track you heard earlier was just recorded on 2 channels of this amp, the clean channel and the crunch channel. And for this demo I'm using a 7-string just for fun, because most demos out there have been using a normal 6-string guitar, Strats, Les Pauls, So I figured I just wanted to hear how the amp sounds with a much more modern sounding guitar. So for today's demo, I have the head connected to a orange 2x12 cabinet. It's loaded with greenbacks, and I'm recording the cab with a SM57 and this Audio Technica 2035. So I'm really going to be focusing on the amp modulation side, which is the clean, crunch, lead and brown tones. Just to take note, there's also an acoustic amp modeling section here, and this is really specifically if you're going to plug in an acoustic guitar with electronics on it. So it's going to sound great with an acoustic with a pickup, but not with an electric, unless your electric has piezo pickups built into the saddles. So anyway, let's look at each amp model, and I'm just going to turn in effects as I go, and maybe a bit of delay, a bit of reverb. So let's check out the first channel, the clean sound. Another cool thing about the clean mode is as you turn up the gain, you can get a really nice edge of breakup, which is not something I would expect from a solid state amp. On top, with the gain being pushed, let's add an overdrive pedal to it and hear how that sounds. So the clean sound is really great. I have no bad things to say about the clean tone. And with the pedals stacked upon it, the delays and all that, it can really give you a rough idea of how well the clean channel can take pedals. So I would definitely say that the clean settings on this amp is a great platform to plug any sort of pedals that you own. Now let's check out the crunch channel. Very clear, very articulate. You can hear the picking dynamics very well, and I really like the channel, especially if you kick in an overdrive pedal into it. It gives you a really nice rhythm tone for those who like a very tight and articulate sounding rhythm tone. Now let's check out the lead channel. So lead channel is a bit more higher gain compared to crunch channel. It still provides you a very nice tight sounding tone. So if you're playing leads, it doesn't get any flubby or things like that. Finally, let's check out the brown channel, which I believe comes from the Boss Waza Craft amp. Apparently a lot of people love the tone of the brown sound on those amps, so they brought forward that same tone into this head and the combos for that matter. So this is the highest gain channel, it has the most gain of all. So overall, this is a really great sounding amp. If you think about the price point, it's ridiculous actually that they can give you an amp of this sort with so many effects built in. In fact, instead of buying an ME80, and if you don't own an amp at home, you might as well just go for the combo or the head for that matter, because all the effects are already built in. One thing I really strongly suggest, if you're getting the head version, do not, and I repeat, do not ever skimp out on the cab. Do not get a cheap cabinet of sorts. Make sure you get an expensive one loaded with good speakers, because the head reacts very differently to each cabinet build and speaker combination. Finally, since it's a digital amp, it is important that you do not dime all the knobs as you like, especially when it comes to the gain tones. Instead of diming the gain on a particular channel for more gain, it is much better if you stack upon an overdrive pedal to get a much more natural tone out of the amp. Check out musicbliss.com.my for pricing info. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and see you real soon.